Brother, I've came to speak to you. You can't hurt any more people.
Then I'll hurt the witches. I know of a certain witch you'd hate for me to get rid of.
Please don't.
Why? She's about to join that pathetic group, and once she joins, you will never have a future together.
I don't want you to hurt her.
You need to be taught a lesson. Love does not exist.
Drackon? Please, help me. We don't know each other, but my brother is about to hurt a lot of your people. Somebody very special to me. Somebody very special to you too.
I'm looking for a girl named...
What have you done to me? Thank you so much. How can I ever repay you?
My name is Elizabeth.
It's me, Hatsy, and welcome to part 6 of Let's Play Witches. So, in this part, Adam Farewell has decided to have a massive party at his house, and the reason is because he wants to celebrate the new witch school that he actually built, and he paid for it. So, it would be a really good idea if Elizabeth turned up. Now, he has actually got a lot of people turning up at his house. It's a little cheat that I did. But we have loads and loads of people here, which is fantastic because for house parties, it's sometimes difficult, especially with big mansions, to get the really full effect of everybody turning up to them. But I did do some rearranging in his house. So you will notice that in his lounge area, I just did a little party room. It's really not much. But if we're going to have tons of people in here, then it will be a really good idea for that. And I really hope you like the introduction. So the introduction was mainly about Adam Farewell's brother. So his brother is a statue, and his brother Drackon is a very, very evil vampire, which a lot of people are very obsessed with. And he was said to be the most good-looking person that a lot of people have ever seen, and that is why a lot of people obsessed over him. But he was also very, very evil and very, very powerful. So his voice was actually done by my wonderful husband. So I really have to thank you for that because it was a fantastic voiceover. Also for Adam. So it was really interesting to incorporate that in. It was an idea that I got ages ago. If you do want to do a voiceover for the series, then give me a message because I'm definitely looking for voice actors, voice actresses to play the other characters. I don't want to do them all by myself, and it would be so helpful. So yeah, if you're interested in playing a different character, let me know and we can sort something out. But anyway, so Adam's looking pretty miserable by himself, and it really does feel like he doesn't know anybody in his party, but there we go. I think that everybody's gathering to the bar area. Now, I do want the Elder Witches here, so I'm really, really hoping that they're going to turn up. But of course, even if they do, we won't even be able to see much of them because everybody's here. Absolutely everyone's here. So it's going to be really, really crowded. But it does make sense that he would invite them because Elizabeth should definitely turn up anyway. So he's going to invite the Elder Witches and the other groups. I think I already invited them, but maybe we have to invite them again. I don't know why, but maybe we do. So we're going to do that. We're going to find Damien as well. I think that's Agatha turning up. Okay, that's great. Agatha turned up. That is fantastic. Also going to invite Damien and his group. It's really handy having them all connected like this because I only have to invite 3 people. And looking for Marielle to invite the witches. So we're going to invite all of them. And Agatha is knocking on the door, even though Adam's there. A little bit odd, but there we go. So we're going to do that. She's going to enter the party. I don't know how Agatha would feel about a lot of just random guests at Adam's house. I don't know if she would feel happy for him. I think she's a loner as well. They have very, very similar traits. So she would probably be feeling as out of place as Adam does. Maybe he just thinks that everybody wants a massive party. That's what he's done anyway. He's just invited loads and loads of people that he doesn't know. And he's probably got no interest in knowing in the future. I really like the walls up in this house. I think the walls look a lot better up in this house because I think halfway down or completely down just doesn't have the right effect. So I'm gonna leave it like that. He's feeling really, really tense. Okay, so Elizabeth is here. I want them to speak. Elizabeth was in the trailer as well. So that was Elizabeth. That was a younger version of Elizabeth before she turned green, before she aged. And that is how they met. That was the first time that Adam and Elizabeth actually met, was when Elizabeth did the spell for Adam. So pretty interesting. But Elizabeth knows all about the stone sculpture. It's just that nobody else does. So it is a little bit of a town secret. Nobody knows where he went. And I think that if it was properly discovered where he has gone, it would be probably a big deal. A lot of people would be wondering about him. He's a real mystery to the town, and his house has been opened up as a museum since, so there will be a speed build coming out really, really soon of the Von Holt estate and his house. And I did change it round slightly, so the Von Holt estate that will be in the speed build won't look exactly like his house, but there we go. So Elizabeth is not getting on with Adam at the moment. She's probably thinking, well, why on earth have you invited all these people here? And he's probably thinking, well, I thought that everybody would want loads of people here. Okay, he's going to serve the food anyway. He's going to go ahead and do that. It's getting a little bit late. I'm a bit worried because I don't think the witches have turned up. But then again, Marielle's probably here. She's probably just going through his drawers or something, because that is exactly what Marielle would do. And this is looking terrible outside. I wish we had a cleaner to come around with us and just help us out with some of this mess, but probably going to do that. Actually, I'll do that now with him, because I don't think that he would want the outdoor area looking like a complete mess. He obviously takes a lot of pride in this, so yeah, he's going to do that. A lot of the unknown people are going home though, so it does leave time for him to speak to the elder witches. So he's going to give them heartfelt confidence. He's going to speak to them as a group. So we've just switched to Marielle, and she will not know what has been going on with Adam and Agatha and what he's actually confessed to Agatha. She won't know any of that, and if she knew, she would probably get really, really jealous of Agatha, because Agatha now knows something that she doesn't know, which I would imagine that she absolutely hates. Now, as she's just seen Adam walk upstairs, she is actually going to speak to him, and I don't know if all these doors are okay. They're not locked. We're gonna lock these doors though. How do we lock the front doors? I don't know if we can lock all the front doors. This door's definitely locked though. And we're not going to unlock it just yet. So, right, let's get her upstairs speaking to Adam. Now, Adam's in here by himself, or maybe doesn't want to talk. Maybe that's the reason why he's gone in here. He probably saw her coming and thought, no, I'm getting away. I am getting away from this situation. I do not want to deal with Marielle today. I'm going to be up here by myself and wait for this party to be over. Well, maybe Marielle would take over the party then, and she would call everybody to a meal. Now, I would really, really want her to make sure that her mum is enjoying herself. And that is because this party is really where Elizabeth is supposed to be making a big effort with Adam. She really is. She's supposed to be thanking him more than anything. And she's just downstairs, I don't know what she's doing, to be quite honest. These two are having a fantastic time together. It's actually really nice to see these two speaking because they don't often speak to each other. They're actually starting to become quite good friends though. I really like the fact that Elizabeth has made more of an effort with Agatha, or Agatha's made more of an effort with Elizabeth. Maybe they would like each other if they put their differences aside. I don't know, maybe they could have a really good friendship eventually. Maybe this party's done it for them. So maybe it was a good idea after all to have a big party because it got these two finally seeing eye to eye and maybe being friends for a little bit, but I don't know how long that will last because it'll be a very, very temperamental friendship. Okay, so Vivian is over here by herself. Is she going to invite over Tatum? Yes. She's going to invite over the wizard because she would definitely be thinking about ways that she could get her boyfriend over. Is he a boyfriend? I think he's a boyfriend. No, they're just romantic interests. Well, maybe if she asked him because he's being a little bit behind with it and he's a werewolf. So, in my opinion, and this is how I like to see it, but werewolves aren't as good as asking people out. They're not as good with romantic interactions as other people. So, maybe she would have to make the first move. So, she's going to ask him. And I think we have that option. I'm hoping we do. Going to compliment his appearance first. She's going to woo him. And then she's not going to offer him a rose. Ask if he's single. Yeah, because that's important. But even though she already knows, it will probably just be a polite thing. Discuss interests, and then we are going to ask the question, I think. A lot of the other wizards are arriving around him as well, so maybe Devin could speak to Calvin. Oh no, because Calvin needs to speak to Marielle. Marielle has got a plan hatching. I'm not going to give too much away. There's going to be a plan in later episodes, and Marielle is starting to uncover a plan which may or may not involve Calvin in the future. So from the last part, Calvin actually initiated the whole speaking to Marielle. And now she is going to try to manipulate Calvin, and she is going to try to have a romantic relationship with him, or at least try and make sure they're on good terms, and then maybe reveal a master plan in the future. This is going to be a little bit awkward if Vivian is going to ask Tatum to be a boyfriend, as they are standing as a foursome. So she's going to go over here, and she's going to call him over. I think that's how it works anyway. I'm hoping she can do that. And then we're going to get Tatum over, so she's going to call him. So we don't have the option yet, I don't think, but she's not going to reveal her crush to him because the problem is every single time I've done that with Sims, they never ever turn out okay. It never does. I don't know why, but it just never ever does. Agatha would probably be really approving of this as well. She's got a massive smile on the face. She's probably heading home now after having a fantastic night. She really has had a very eventful night, and it's been pretty good. Anyway, back to these two. So she's going to reveal something to him. I hope it's not her crush because I specifically told her not to do that. Let's do another romantic interaction. She could flirt with him. Try and get up his mood a bit because being bored is not a good time to ask somebody to be your boyfriend. And Damien seems to be having a really interesting night. I think he's came in the wrong attire. That looks awful. Why is he in a towel? I don't know. So Tatum keeps trying to go home, but Vivian is just dragging him back, and she's probably feeling a little bit worn out at this point, but she's going to carry on. Damien has finally got dressed and he seems to be heading home now. I think it's a good idea, Damien. I think that at 4:30 in the morning, it's a good idea. I do feel sorry for Adam though, because he must be upstairs just thinking, okay, when are these people going home? Yeah, he is. He's doing just that though. He's just walking along his corridors thinking, I'm just waiting for this to be over. I can hear them outside. They're loud, they're noisy, and it's all the kids because all the elder witches, as far as I'm aware, have all gone home. Yeah, because Agatha went home really early, or at least earlier than the rest. And I would imagine that Elizabeth's done the same. No, she hasn't. What's wrong with Elizabeth? That is not like Elizabeth. Maybe she's staying out because Marielle's here, so that would make an excuse. But also because she's in the active household. Anyway, she's going to make some time for Adam because she hasn't spoken to him all night, and I think that it's really about time that she thanked him. These two do have a lot of history together, and I know that a lot of people thought that it was maybe a little bit more than just friends, maybe it was a romantic history, and it's not. I can honestly say that it was never a romantic history, even though she is feeling flirty at this point. Maybe she's just quite a flirty person. I think that she might even have the romantic traits. Yeah, she does. So if anyone's wondering, that is why Elizabeth is often quite flirty, because she does have that trait. But no, Marielle is the daughter of somebody else, not Adam's, so we will find that out in the Let's Play, and that'll be something that we will uncover at a later date. Now, it looks like the wizards have all gone home and given up with the witches. Tatum's still here though, so maybe this is now Vivian's final chance to ask him. It has not been going well, and he's now feeling flirty. Okay, so after hours and hours and hours of her trying to speak to him, it's now 6 a.m. the next day. He's now feeling flirty. And I have learnt the awful lesson of making somebody do the same interaction over and over and over again, and yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. They get bored after a bit if you do the same interaction over again, so definitely don't want to make that mistake. And I think that they're getting on pretty well. The girls are bonding up here, which is lovely to see that Marielle is actually taking interest. Oh, they've just kissed. It says they've just had their first kiss, but they actually haven't, because they have been kissing, I think, for the past 2 episodes. So yeah, it's not the first kiss. But sometimes the game messes up, because when you switch around households, it can mess things up in the game. So that can never be good. I don't know where she's going. What have I programmed her to do? I don't know. But they're going to go in here. Oh, this is Adam's special room. They're now in the sauna together, and I think that after this, then they should be a lot closer. I'm hoping anyway. And it is a little bit forward to go to the sauna first. Well, hopefully she'll get the question now. No, she still doesn't. She still doesn't have the title. Maybe they've been boyfriend and girlfriend all along. Maybe they actually have, though. Have I just missed something completely? No. Does it even say that he's her boyfriend? So what am I missing? But they look so cute together. They really, really do. And I just think they're having a fantastic time. They probably shouldn't be here, and that's probably the best thing about it. The fact that they really, really should not be in the sauna at this point. In Adam's house, they should have gone home long ago, and they haven't. They're just staying here together. So she is now going to ask him to be her boyfriend, because she's just had the option to. Maybe they're close enough now, which is amazing because they've got closer in this part. And I think they're boyfriend and girlfriend. This is absolutely fantastic. So I'm so happy for them, the fact that these two have finally got together. We've finally got our first couple out of the wizards and witches. So now we can go and focus on another couple. And it's great. It's absolutely great. The first couple, they are really, really in love with each other, and they get on so well. house, and Agatha has came over to visit her sister. So it's now the next night on from the party, and Agatha has discovered something very, very precious in Eve's lounge, which is baby Elvarina. So this is now her little niece. And what Agatha did, Agatha gave her some of her own magic, and you can do that for very, very close relatives. And she decided to do that because she did not want Elvarina to be taken away from them, and she unfortunately would if she was discovered to be a human or more human than she was of the magic world. So that's what she's done. She's turned her green, and by doing that, she's gave her a massive, massive amount of power, which she didn't have. That is the reason why the babies turn green. And very, very similar to how it works in the witch world, if you are given a massive amount of power which your body can't handle, or a curse, or something very, very drastic, then yeah, that's how you turn green. So the little babies turn green. Now, they are not getting on very well. I want them to get on though, because Agatha looks so cute with a child. She really, really does. And I feel like she would really want to make an effort with a little niece. So that's what she's doing there. I feel like Elvarina just wants to be left alone though. So Eve is upstairs asleep, and I feel like these two would maybe say something to each other at least, because Agatha's just sort of came round and Eve has just left her sister. Actually, no, Eve needs a rest. To be fair, Eve does need a rest. Okay, she's woken up now anyway. She looks absolutely worn out though. She really, really does. But Agatha's feeling very embarrassed, and I think that's because she is around social interactions that she doesn't feel comfortable with. I don't know why that is, because Elvarina is tiny. She's a little baby, and she's not going to make Agatha feel awkward at all. So I don't know why that's happening, but I think she looks so cute green. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But anyway, so going upstairs, I want Agatha to be able to speak to her sister, and I want her to be able to reassure her sister and make sure that Eve knows that Agatha is there for her no matter what, even if they aren't the closest. And she's feeling pretty tense because she doesn't like talking to people, and she feels like she's going through a bit of stranger danger here, which is insane. Why? Absolutely why? I do not get these two whatsoever. Their friendship is really, really crazy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part here, and I will see you all for part 7. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next part.
Thank you.